What is the meaning of low pressure and high pressure? Is basically around the psi. The low pressure injectors are in between 75 psi and 3000 psi. 3000 maximum 3500 psi. This is considered low pressure side, and the majority of those injectors are mechanical injectors. Those are mechanical injectors, the majority. Okay, high pressure. High pressure are considered in between 10,000 psi and more than 17 psi. More than 17,000 psi. Today we founded a fuel injection system with 25,000 psi. And the majority of those high pressure injectors are electronics. Okay, this is the fuel filter. This is the handle. You remember what is the name of that pump? This is the priming pump. It's located in the bracket where the fuel filter is bolted. In that bracket you have the priming pump, and on the side you have the bleeder in order to bleed the system to eliminate bubbles. Yes, this is the bleeder, correct. Over there you bleed the system and the fuel continue and enter exactly. Let me show to you. This is the fuel injection pump. This is the fuel injection pump. The filter, the fuel enter here. This is the fuel injection pump. In the other side, the fuel injection pump, the gear of the fuel injection pump is connected with the gear of the camshaft and the gear of the crankshaft. You remember? This is this is a mechanical fuel injection pump, but it's high pressure fuel injection pump. High pressure. And the fuel enter over there and continue and enter in the common rail. This is a fuel injection system, a common rail that we are going to study later in other episode. But this is the common rail. It's a pipe with high pressure, the pressure coming from the fuel injection pump. Okay, right now we have high pressure in this rail, and from the rail we are going to communicate to each injector. The communication is internally on the head. The communication is internally on the head, and the head have cavities in order to communicate here with the input, and this is the input of the fuel, and this is the output of the fuel, that hole. Okay, this is the fuel injection pump. This is the fuel injection pump. This is considered a fuel injection pump low pressure because it's around 3000 psi. It's not low pressure. This is not a transfer pump. This is a fuel injection pump considered low pressure, is around 3000 psi. This is the pump, and that's the input of the pump, and this is the output of the pump. Okay, in the output enter in the filter. You remember that filter? Correct. And this is the drain. You remember to bleed the filter. Correct. That's the bleeder. Okay, perfect. This is the filter. This is the secondary filter, of course. And right now the fuel entered, the return enter into the tank. The return of the fuel filter enter in the tank, and the fuel with high pressure pass to the heat exchanger. Exactly. This is the compartment on the heat exchanger for fuel. This is the fuel cooler. Okay, and the fuel pass over there in an internal serpentine and continue here, and goes into the common rail in the head. And now we are going to start the engine. We are going to check the lubrication, and exactly, look at the engine running. Exactly. And right now we are going to continue running the engine. This is the engine running. If you see, this rocker arm is activated, compressing the injector and sending the fuel to the cylinder according with the timing position. The timing position is according with the loads on the camshaft. That's a nice design. Yeah, this is the rocker arm. The other end of the rocker arm compress the injector. Look, compress the injector. Compress the injector directly over there. and the injector push the fuel at 3000 psi into the combustion chamber. In each cylinder you have the same situation. You have intake valves, exhaust valves, and rocker arm for injector. Intake valve, exhaust valve, and rocker arm for other injector. What happened internally in the mechanical fuel injector is too simple. Remember, the majority of the fuel injectors, the fuel enter in one of the sides. The fuel goes down, 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 and in this shoulder produce a pressure, lift the needle, and after that the fuel enter and penetrate the combustion chamber. Right now I have a video, and I am going to show to you the procedure to check the injectors. Yes, when the fluid enter, make a pressure over there, the needle, lift the needle, and the fuel spray over there. It's a simple mechanism. The secret is keep the nozzle properly clean. Right now we are going to check the different type of nozzles and how is the procedure to keep those nozzles clean. Let me show to you the procedure to do that service. This is the micro video that I prepared for you. Okay, that's the input of the injector, and this is the return. That's the input, and this is the return. Okay, and now we are going to disassemble the injector. The first step is with the part number, my friends, order the parts, and you receive the kit with all of those elements, with the spring, with the washer, with the pin, with the nozzle, or you can buy each part separated. It's possible, both of them. Okay, and right now you disassemble the injector. Carefully you disassemble the injector, and now you can put separated the nozzle, the pin, the washer, and the spring. Be careful with the washer, be careful with the pin, and now you can replace those parts using the kit that you receive from the manufacturer. Okay, we are going to disassemble the injector right now, and this is the video. Okay, that's the nozzle, the body, that's the input, that's the compartment for the input, that's the output, the return, and this is the solenoid. The solenoid is located here. This is exactly the solenoid, and now I am going to disassemble the solenoid. Yes, my friend, you can order, if you have the part number of that injector, you can order the solenoid. The solenoid is coming with the spring and the washer. Remember that the element that produces the pressure, you remember in the previous one, is the spring, the pin, and the washer. Those elements produce the pressure. If the injector is working under the operational pressure, you replace those elements, spring, washer, and pin, and immediately you recover the pressure on the injector. Of course, if the fuel is coming with the appropriate pressure. Right, this is the process. We are going to remove the solenoid, and we are going to replace the solenoid. Okay, this is the cover. Normally those balls are longer balls, special thread. You remove the cover, and this is the solenoid. Exactly, my friend. This is the solenoid, that the input 4.5 volts, 5 volts, and this is the element, the solenoid. That's the coil of the solenoid, and this is the element that normally is damaged. This one is the spring, and this is the pin. We are going to remove the solenoid. The solenoid is here, it's located over there, and this is the pin, and this is the washer and the pin. Let me show to yours. That's the solenoid. Exactly, this is the spring, and this is the washer. Perfect. And this is the body of valves. Simple. Okay, this is the injector. You can verify the condition of the hole with a needle. With a needle, you introduce the needle, and look at this area of this injector. Those small small holes are produced for vapor lock. The vapor lock produces the erosion here in the nozzle of this injector. This is the consequence. When the fuel enter in the combustion chamber with excessive temperature, immediately the fuel become vapor and produce vapor lock and eroded the surface of the nozzle. This is the pattern when the injector is clean, and this is the properly operation, and this is the pressure. Check this injector in particular open at 1000, 2000, the red one, the red scale. The red scale is PSI, and the black one outside is bars. Okay, in this one is at 2000 PSI. This injector open at 2000 PSI. Alright? And the pattern is in spray, lateral, exactly. You see? Exactly. This is the procedure to check that nozzle. This is hole type. The next one is pintle. This is the typical engine with the injector pintle and with the glove plug. Look at the glove plug. The glove plug is used to preheat that area, to preheat the compartment on the head for the pre-combustion chamber. And this is the injector, and the protrusion is here, the pintle. And in this area is produced the explosion, and the explosion enter immediately in the main combustion chamber. This type of combustion chamber is considered a pre-combustion chamber, and is used in diesel engines with a low pressure injection system. Look, this is the hole where the pintle enter. In this moment the pintle is in. This is the pattern. This is the pattern. It's directly down. No? It's directly down. Correct. And normally that injector open at 2200 psi. This is the pattern. The injector spray directly down.